Hello. Hey, this is William Toel. You know, what the world has to offer you is not enough. This is the first in a series of episodes specifically addressed to young Germans. Now, ideally, we live the lives we choose. Today, you stand at a fork in the road. Will you choose the path that others choose for you? Living your parents' lives all over again. Their missed dreams, their regrets. Not improved or better, just safe. Well, will you look in the mirror 40 years from now and say, was that me who thought of life as an adventure, wanting to soar in freedom and joy? Well, where did I go wrong? Spending my life tiptoeing through an ever-shifting minefield of tensions, constantly striving, never being able to be myself. A reactionary life, desperate to avoid error and being fatally branded like cattle or put on the shame wall. Desperate not to offend a long daisy chain of rotating bosses and changing rules. I lived a life where I never really found out what I was made of. Now, today, you are told there is only one way. Your only option is to follow the template. Whether you end up in a corporation or NGO or a hospital, the path is the same. This organizational template is what the world's system has to offer you. But for the best and brightest of young Germans, with both balance and potential, what this material world offers is not enough. Well, even if you do everything just right, you end up with a corner office on the 34th floor of a 40-story building. You have survived in a world where everyone has a price. Everyone can be bought. You learn the techniques required to climb the ladder in a world operating on fear and control. But what do you have? Well, there are still plenty above you and hordes coming after you after your place. You will be asked for undivided loyalty, but you will be given none. You will pay praise and homage to even the most insane or obnoxious investor. You will live in a world where your mouth will have to increasingly say what your heart knows is untrue. Well, yet at the end of your 40 years of labor, will you look in the mirror, lonely and bored, and ask yourself this question: who wanted this life for me? Mom or Dad? Peer pressure? Was I only a reaction to others' failed lives and lost dreams? Or was I only trying to live up to someone else's expectations? Well, what happened to these others who advised me to live life small and safe? I lived a life of compromise because I knew of no other choices. What happened to my life? Well, actually, most young people choose the safest route simply because they are young. No one makes them aware that there are other paths open to them. Now let me share with you that there are other choices. You can live your own life to the full and be a sharing person without buying into the world system and end up being a grasping person. Well, the adults who have already sold out to the system that values all by money put a fear in the back of your mind that somehow you will miss out. If you make one misstep, you will be put on the sidetrack where there is nothing but weeds and rusty rails. Well, you must play by the rules or you'll get nothing at all. Now you stand at the crossroads. Will you choose the life you live? Or will you just let life happen to you? Now, I can explain to you how the world you are entering operates. You may have wonderful idealism, but you are not going to change the world that you find out there. For over 34 years, I have taught students from all over the globe. And the young German, when they are free of fear and mind control, would be the most balanced. Already working at only 70% of their potential, they are known for their great minds, producing world-famous innovations. What if the brake was taken off? What if they could operate at 100%? How would the world be different? How would the whole world almost instantly benefit? Now, if you follow the corporate template, your genius will not be recognized for at least a dozen years. Working in teams is great, but losing your genius in a collective is not great. What I am offering you is a way that you can be fully yourself, to have the joy and wonderful feelings of seeing your creativity come to life and people's lives be made better because of your effort. Well, Orwell's 1984 and Huxley's Brave New World, they're out there, but they're not for you. They're not your destiny. So what keeps you from achieving your unique destiny? Well, it is in self-hiding. The fear of your own inclinations, proclivities, that's where we are weakened. God says we are to be strong and courageous. Those are the traits He put in us. It's the self-hiding that makes us weak and double-minded, separated from Him and His power. Clinging to the herd, saying what we think will please others, fearful of the true thoughts in our own hearts, souls, mostly timid and cautious. Much of our energy goes into the justifying of our actions, lying, hiding, pretending to be like others, defending, and denying who God made you to be. Your destiny only comes when you have the freedom to be completely yourself, without measuring against others' standards. Never let fear creep into anything you are doing. This is William Toel. I want you to come back now for episode 2. where we will spend time exploring the world the way it really is and what your place is in it. Thank you.